Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Ivan again. So last time we left off where I talked about how you can add the menu at the top of your ClickFunnels bar and so that people can navigate easier. So when they click on that, they'll be able to scroll down, right? But we've encountered a certain problem with that, in that if you have animations and it's set to scroll, and then if they scroll down to that option, unless people scroll again, the animations won't go anywhere, so you'll basically see a blank page, okay? So if you want to watch that video and just the other way of how to make these menu options, just click right here. But let's get started on option 2. So I'm going to click Edit Page, Loading Editor, okay? So here's what we did last time. So if I click Preview just to show you guys what the problem was, if I click Testimonials, nothing, right? Unless I scroll. And some people may not be as patient. They'll see that there's nothing and I'll just exit, right? So let me show you how to do it the second way. So what I'll do is insert a column. Now, the approach will be a bit different here. So last time in option 1, you only had to select one column, okay? And from there, you selected navigation pane. In this case, what you're going to do is the number of columns that are here are the number of buttons and the number of kind of names of those menu options that you will have. So depending on how many links you want, so here we have 4. Depending on how many you need, that's how many buttons you will need to include, okay? So for the purpose of this example, we are doing testimonials, sample, why needed, and pricing. So I will include 4. All right, so I'm going to click here. I'll say 4 column block. Now, just a word of advice. I wouldn't recommend doing odd numbered columns, just because if I click, for example, 5, you can see it's a bit uneven, right? So if you have like 7 or 8 or something like that, maybe just add it in rows. So maybe like, add 4 and then another 4 just below it. I think it'll just make it look a bit nicer, right? 3 is, I think, the last one that looks even. After 3, every odd number, I think, looks a bit skewed. Okay, so we decided we want 4. Okay, so you have 4 buttons now. So let me introduce you to something called sections, because this is what will allow us to scroll down to the area and allow for the animations. Okay, so first let me just insert button. So you want to insert button to all of those 4 column panes that we've put in. It's the second from the top right, the button that you're looking for. Okay, so let's just include all of that. Oops, my apologies, I clicked that a bit too fast. All right, let's click button. So here it says warning but not action. Okay, so here you have a bunch of options, right? You can open a pop-up, which will open a pop-up for you, and then you can click that here. You can submit the form, which basically goes to the next page. You can next URL. Okay, so these are all the options that are there. So we want to scroll to the testimonials page. Okay, so we will click testimonials. So you want to make sure that your sections are named properly, right? They are the sections where you want, when people click the button, where you want them to scroll. So sections are basically these green headings here, okay? So this blue outline is not a heading, this orange outline is not a heading, the green is a heading, okay? And the way you can also see how many, section. This is not a section and this is not a section, okay? So the way how you want to see how many sections you have is if you click from the top right, it says sections here, and you see everything you have and it highlights it for you, okay? So just to make sure, let's see what we have. So we need testimonials. Okay, so that's what we want. Good. And in fact, you know what I'm thinking? Maybe we want people to see this as well, right? Maybe we want people to scroll like this. So it says, Hardy, the software won't last long. So you know what? I'll make this as kind of the area that we want to scroll down to. That's 1. Here we said was 2. Here we said was 3, and here's 4. Okay, so notice how it's highlighted in blue. So that's perfect. So that's what we want. Let's scroll back up. So now click this. So I'm going to change this. So all I'm going to do is just, I can just delete this area here. And then I will say scroll to headlines just before testimonials. Okay, so let's save it and just see what happens. So if I click download now, notice how it scrolls, and look at this. The animations came together, okay? So I did not have to scroll for them to come in place, okay? Whereas if I click on the way we did it in option 1, testimonials, even though it may look a bit nicer, depending on how you make it, it's not there, okay? So that may be a problem. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just, I'll just finish the rest of these. So I'm just going to put in the action here, and it really pre-populates for you, so it's not good. It shouldn't be that hard for you. So I'm going to go to offer. Okay, I'm just going to fill these up and then I'll test them later. This one I'll say was, we said Y, right? And then for this one, we said we want it to be pricing, okay? I'm just going to save that. And then let's see how it is. So download now takes you to that. That one takes you there. That button takes you there. That button takes you there. Perfect. Okay, so we have it where we need it to be. We have the main part down. So we just have to rename the buttons, and basically you put that into this text option. Okay, so this is headlines, but we want it to be kind of the testimonial area. So I'll just name it testimonials. Okay, click save. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So here, this was the offer section, I guess. So let's call it, or you know what, let's just name it exactly the same as we did for our option one. Okay, so I'll name this sample. I will name this why need it, and I will name this pricing. All right, awesome. So you may realize that you may notice that the buttons aren't evened out. So what I normally do is I just make them all the same. So instead of making them fluid, I just go down here where it says button width, the third bottom from styles, and I just say full width. Okay, so that way they're all even out. Sample, I'm going to click that thing again. Oops. Full width. Full width. Okay, so this looks a little bit better. I'm going to say full width. So then you can change the font, you can change the color, right? If I go here, for example, to background color, you can play with it, play around with it, see what looks better. I mean, for this one, maybe you want to make it blue or you want to make it green. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go here. I'm just going to copy the code of this thing. So I'm just going to copy that so I can make this the same. And I'll go here, go into background color, and make it the same color. Okay, so this looks matching. Okay, so we're designers all of a sudden. All right. So yeah, so that's right about it, right? Obviously from here on you just play around with it, but this makes it much better if you have animations on your page. It makes the transition much smoother and makes it so that you can scroll down. All right, so just one more time, let's just look at the comparison. So you click testimonials, nothing, okay? But if you click the testimonials button here, boom, okay? So it comes in, and you know what? It doesn't matter whether I put it like this or like this. In fact, let me just show you really quickly. If I change this to make it go here instead, remember, so again, if you want to watch the previous video on how to do this, just click right over here. And it'll take you to the video where I showed how to do kind of this menu option, okay? But let me just change this for you just to show you that it still won't move. So I put on testimonials. So I'll save here. And look, if I click preview and I click testimonials, see, so regardless of where it is, unless I scroll, it won't do anything. So that's why option 2 is the one I would say I prefer a bit better. So that's about it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please subscribe, leave any comments, questions, concerns down below, and I'll be happy to answer. All right. And thank you for watching. Until next time.